Here we are at FuturePrint Tech with Simon Edwards of GIS. Simon, good to see you.
Good to see you.
You've just done a presentation. Tell us a little bit more about what you talked about. What was the presentation about?
Yeah, so I was talking about the relationship between automotive and digital printing manufacturing because there's a lot of analogies in which the supply chain works and some of the really cool technology that's going into automotive that we could adopt. But also the interesting thing is we're actually finding ourselves working more with automotive companies actually, because they're looking at digital printing.
Yeah.
So the reason I kind of came up with the presentation was because of the learnings we've got from the automotive sector working with them, it seemed like there's some obvious things we could actually learn about how we better organise ourselves and collaborate.
And how are they seeing the knowledge you have as useful?
Oh, well, that is interesting. There's probably two aspects to that. One is inkjet printing is becoming interesting because they're looking at customization and reduce waste. So, industrial inkjet printing can help there. The other thing is that actually it turns out that the software skills we have, the mathematics of how you manage images and surfaces, turns out to be something that's really interesting in the automotive sector.
Right.
So we actually have a kind of a technical algorithmic skill base, which they're interested in.
Yeah, interesting. And obviously we've talked a bit about AI here, haven't we? And that kind of, the way you manage data potentially. Is that coming through a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. We know, well, that's the other interesting part is that our DeepQ company is also talking to automotive for a different reason, to take the data and machine learn and to really squeeze the most out of the automotive factories is just one example.
Yeah.
So we're actually leveraging their learning to bring it back into the digital printing world of how we can use that sort of modelling to look at digital printing machines and the data coming off of those.
Sure.
So there's a huge amount of synergy actually.
So 2024 is going to be an interesting year. There's lots going on. GIS, what do you sense from your own perspective and then from your business perspective?
From my perspective, I'm hoping to spend a little more time in machine learning. And not because it's really everyone's sort of the catchphrase, but because I think it actually does add a lot of value. So from my personal perspective, I'll be doing more in that space. From a company perspective, we'll be investing time into those sorts of technologies of how we can link it to what we do already. So, our PC-based software and our electronics and ink systems have a rich amount of information that we don't really tap into. And so one of the things we'll be doing is rolling that out in terms of capability next year. There will be something that will become available for our customers to leverage. And then the other thing you'll see from us next year is more partnerships. More partnerships, more collaboration, more strong relationships.
That's good.
Working out how, as an industry, you can work together. So you'll hear more announcements about partnerships throughout 2024.
Interesting. Nice to hear.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a great year next year.
Good. Simon, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.